So, did you guys know that I'm working part-time in the Velvet Room? Yes, I was working with handling the personas, mostly assisting with the Hindu-influenced personas, but I don't have a major role in it. That's up to Igor, who is in another universe, unfortunately, but he did give me this limousine from Persona 4 to talk about shadowy things, so there's that. Today I found something very interesting. Among the deepest, darkest part of humanity, I just met Anita's shadow. Yes, that Anita. Unfortunately, I cannot confront her shadow directly or change anything because I don't have the authority for it, but I can follow the shadow, and following it has revealed some dark secrets. It turns out that Anita Sarkeesian back in 2013 shared a very violent fanfiction about her and a game developer named Randy Pitchford off of Gearbox. Say what you want about Randy Pitchford, I certainly have lots of things to say. This is the sort of time where I genuinely feel sorry for the guy. Reading through this fanfiction, I can safely say that Anita Sarkeesian is seriously messed up in the head.
Spider-Man recruits the help of Anita Sarkeesian to stop Randy Pitchford and the Green Goblin from resurrecting Duke Nukem.
Sounds like a bizarre Tumblr fanfiction. What are the justifications of Anita showing this on her Twitter?
Apparently, this fanfic a la carte Tumblr creates short 1,000-word stories based on user submissions. Someone seems to have requested a fanfic about me, and while it's certainly both surreal and bizarre and written in the hyper-violent style typical of all Gearbox software game narratives, I think I kinda like it.
Oh, so it's hyper-violent like Borderlands, therefore that's okay. But regardless, let's get reading. In fact, let's read it in a visual novel style.
I don't know about this.
She clung for dear life to Spider-Man as she swinged through the air. The people below seemed like ants, stopping to point at the masked man above them.
You must understand, Anita. Duke Nukem may seem like an outdated and backwards franchise now, but they succeeded in bringing back from the dead. The games industry will never recover. You know, I don't really know if that's someone else who wrote the fanfiction or Anita herself. Either way, why would Spider-Man care about a Duke Nukem game not being released because it's an outdated and backwards franchise? Is it a misogynistic franchise? Let's continue this brilliant visual novel.
They swung past more buildings. Spider-Man turned a corner and the Plano, Texas downtown gave way to the Gearbox Studios office, a dark gray building that radiated evil as only a decent studio, writing the unexpected success of a single franchise could. There was the whir of jet engines, and Anita could hear the sound of sharp cackling.
Spider-Man!
Anita yelled as the shadow of the glider fell on them.
Spider-Man! Anita! So good of you to join us!
He held up a pair of pumpkin bombs.
A treat from Mr. Pitchford.
He threw the bombs, but both missed the mark, crashing into the building behind Spider-Man and Anita and sending glass and rubble tumbling down into the streets below.
I've read bizarre fanfictions. I've read fanfictions that would make you cringe or puke next door. I've made fanfictions that would make you question on why am I not in Arkham yet. I don't know why. I just don't know why I find this so bizarre. Is it because it's an RPF, a real-life person fanfic? Or is it because it's from Anita Sarkeesian herself and not just a random nobody? I don't know, but let's keep reading. Anita, you're gonna have to take on Pitchford and Duke while I deal with Green Gruesome here.
I don't think I can, Spider-Man.
They swung low to the entrance to Gearbox Studios.
Don't worry, Anita. I believe in you, and though it might not seem like it does, the internet believes in you too!
Thanks, Spider-Man.
Don't worry, Anita. The internet believes in you too. Holy crap.
Thanks, Spider-Man.
No probs. Oh, and MJ told me to tell you she's a huge fan. Is this how Anita jerks off to herself? Oh, and also Peter. She's making out with Spider-Gwen in my latest hentai fanfiction that I fapped to night and day. Hey, at least I admit that I should be in Arkham.
The entrance to Gearbox Studios was a cathedral-like structure. Flying buttresses made of guns led up to carved busts of Gearbox's past characters, mostly just the Borderlands characters and a random soldier from Brothers in Arms. It was dark, but torches magically lit themselves once Anita had taken a few steps forward.
Welcome, Anita. I've been expecting you. Not gonna lie, I thought Green Goblin was gonna be enough to take Spider-Man out, but with you weighing him down.
Randy Pitchford sat on his throne of gold Borderlands 2 guns. On his left stood the desiccated corpse of Duke Nukem, a dried-out, mummified husk of a man being propped up by a pair of scantily clad, uncomfortable-looking schoolgirls. The faint spark of undead life flickered in his dark eyes, weak but definitely on the verge of full lickdom, and a skeletal hand was trying to point at his balls.
Keep in mind that she shared this on her official Twitter, and Randy said she hasn't apologized to this.
On his right, chained to a desk and PC, was Anthony Birch. His throne was flanked by a pair of cosplayers in Psycho Bandit costumes.
Okay, so we have Anita's cognitive version of Anthony Birch as well.
I'll let that little insult slide, Pitchford. I'm here to stop you.
What, from reviving Duke? Please, he might seem a little under the weather now, but you have no idea what kind of power he still has. Alas, you won't be around to see it. Guards, attack!
The Psycho Bandits rushed Anita, but they both went down after a pair of shots rang out in the hall. Anita had her gun out, a gold-plated Borderlands pistol.
Oh, I really like where this is going. If there's one thing that I have to kind of agree with Anita, is that Duke Nukem, he's getting really old. Not sure if Gearbox can make a legitimately good Duke Nukem game. They can't even make a good remaster.
But how? How did you get that past the magical barriers?
Anita gave a nod of approval to Anthony, who shrugged when Pitchford looked at him with hurt in his eyes.
Sorry, Randy.
Anthony continued typing. Pitchford faced Anita, whose gun was now primed on his chest.
Oh, by the way, sorry Anthony, I googled you and that's literally the first image that I got. I am dead serious.
Like you've got what it takes to shoot me.
She gave him a warning shot, just a few inches above his skull. He cowered down and started stammering.
Wait, Anita, please don't kill me. You're right. The systemic problems of sexist depictions of women in the games need to be stopped, and Gearbox can join you. Duke Nukem was a mistake. I never should have tried to bring you back to this world. Run away, girls! Be free!
The girls let Duke Nukem's body fall, where it collapsed into a pile of dust.
I'm sorry, Anita, but look, if you let me live, I can fix this. I can have Anthony write a bunch of awesome female characters, and our next game is gonna have one of the best female leads ever. People still remember Carnage Jet, right? Homeworld? Jesus Christ, Anita. This is your murder fantasy all along? These are seriously your desires back then? Knowing how Anita acted back in VidCon and her recent videos, I highly doubt that she has changed from like 4 years ago. Oh, and since we're talking about Borderlands, this is from 2013. Both Borderlands have been released at the time. What's wrong with the female characters in there?
Anita nodded. Homeworld was an enjoyable series.
Wait. She plays Homeworld? I mean, this whole Duke thing was just a huge misunderstanding. I'm sure we can convince a few other studios to do the same, get more women or at least more writers who are actually considerate of how women are depicted in gaming, and we can really alter the status quo. Nope, just nope. Anita, you can say that this is from another account all you like, but I am 100% convinced that this is from you. I can't really ask Anita Shadow for this because I have zero authority on that, maybe next time, but this is messed up. This is her fantasy. I honestly cannot picture someone who would write this. Not even Anita's fans would write this fanfiction because I honestly don't see who is going to be pleased by putting Randy Pitchford at gunpoint and asking him to, hey, please represent better female characters. The only person that I can see who benefits from this is Anita. Nobody is going to angry to Borderlands or any other Gearbox games pre-2013 other than Anita. Borderlands isn't a perfect series. I didn't like the first one, and the second one took me a while to get to before it gets good, but it's not the most horrendous game ever. This is pre-Battleborn Gearbox, mind you.
Don't worry, Randy. It takes a big person, man or woman, to admit they were wrong. And you're right, you don't deserve to die for that.
Oh great, because for a second there I was really worried.
She shot him once, twice, 3 times, the sound of the shots echoing in the grand hall of Gearbox Studios.
That got dark. Holy shit!
Anthony Birch couldn't stop typing.
Anita, why? I said I wanted to change.
He clutched at his open wounds. Blood was dripping in guts from his gold gun throne.
That's for aliens, colonial marines.
Randy looked at her again, at first with anger, but then with a look of complete understanding, as though deep down he had known that it was always gonna end this way. And then he died.
Okay, say what you want about Anthony Birch or Randy Pitchford, I don't think they absolutely deserve to die for any of this. Hell, I don't think Anita deserves to die. This is what we call RPF, aka real person fic, and I find real person fics in general to be weird. Now, you can have your own deranged fantasies all you want, but if you compare the deranged fantasies that you have to fictional characters to the deranged fantasies that you have towards real people, I am more concerned about the latter. RPFs are usually done completely tongue-in-cheek and not this disturbingly dark and sinister. At this point, I can conclude that it's just Anita jerking off to herself. And even if she didn't write this fanfiction, which I seriously 100% doubt, she is sure as hell going to fap to it. That's why she didn't apologize to him. Jesus freaking Christ.
Anita turned to walk away, but paused and looked at the throne, at the power of Gearbox. She looked at the gun in her hand, the body of Randy Pitchford already returning to the demonic warp. His blood was gone, and the throne was gleaming and clean. More psychobandits had emerged from the shadows, looking for signs from their master. Anita took a step up to the throne, then another, then sat down as the whole of Gearbox Studio had gathered before her. They waited for her command.
Let's make a game. Well, I'm dealing with shadows almost every day, so I shouldn't be surprised, but it's Anita Sarkeesian we're talking here. Wow. She is actually not only nuts in her intellects, but nuts in real life as well. Don't get me started in how she treated Boogie. Before we end this video, huge thanks to our new patrons and donors, Val Rupert and Zero Yoko. You guys are awesome. That's all for the video today. If you like this, you can go ahead and click the like button and subscribe for more. If you wish, you can support me on Patreon. And thanks for watching.